Welcome back to WEC 2025. We're here in St. Louis. This is our afternoon session for our final day. With me, we have Daniel Lewis. How are we doing today?
I am feeling so pumped.
Okay.
So pumped.
All right.
Happy to
now,
be here.
tell us, and get the microphone a little closer to you.
Yeah.
Tell us, who is, 30 seconds or less, who is Daniel Lewis?
Ooh, Daniel Lewis is known as the human caffeine.
Okay.
I'm an energetic person that loves people and loves human connection. Speaker, tea sommelier, father, husband.
Okay. Where did the human caffeine come from?
I
Where
don't
did
know.
that
I was
nickname come
dubbed
from?
that. People told me that he's really high energy on stage, and so
Yeah.
the name stuck.
All right. Tell us about your tea company. How did you start it, and how were you able to be so successful with it?
Oh, thank you. The tea company, started about 15 years ago, and it was really just a mix between me finding a transitioning point in my life. I went through a nearly tragic incident. Thankful to God that I got out of it, but it just changed my perspective on life, and I was looking for a tool to impact the world in a positive way, and that tool became tea. And
All right.
after I found that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take tea and try to impact lives.
Okay. Now, word on the street is that you're also an impromptu freestyle rapper.
Oh, you went deep.
Is this still true?
I don't think so anymore. It was true.
It was true?
Yeah, I used to be in the rap and hip hop
There's-
stuff, but those
no
days,
more?
and I'm classical now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
okay.
hum classic.
Okay. So we couldn't actually do a freestyle. That's not gonna happen. No. If you
yeah,
say no,
yeah. I'm whack now. I'm
okay.
whack.
Well, not whack. You just retired.
Yeah,
You just retired.
retired.
There you
That's a
go.
better
There
way
you
to
go.
put it.
Okay, your book, The Wise Barista.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about the book writing process as a fellow author.
Mhm.
What was the inspiration for the book, and how long did it take you to write?
Yeah. Okay. So The Wise Barista is my fourth book.
Yes.
So this time, I got the writing process down.
Okay,
So
okay.
I think it took about 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
It was just on the plane, inspired. You know, I've always operated a tea company with my wife, cafe.
Mhm.
And I said, what if I take the everyday goings-on at a cafe and turn it into life lessons that somebody could just easily consume in a coffee sitting? And that was The Wise Barista, 11 truths to lead and enrich life.
All right. Now,
Yeah.
how many books total have you written?
4.
4. Okay, so this was your 4th. What lessons have you learned about you through the book writing process?
Ooh, great question. I'm not patient.
That's
Oh
a
my
good
God.
one.
Yeah,
Yes.
and what I've learned is I'm a real spare the moment. Like, I'm on a flight, I'm in a cafe, I get hit with the idea. I want the title, the cover.
Yeah.
I just want to get started. But then my life sets in, and the
Mhm.
busyness and kids and everything. And then it's like, oh, I got to keep pulling myself. So I learned a lot about discipline and patience about myself
Yeah.
through the writing
Yeah.
process. But I'm a
Okay.
finisher.
Okay, yes.
I
yes.
will get it done
Yes.
eventually, even
Okay.
if it takes years.
Okay. Do you think there'll be a 5th book?
Absolutely. I'm already working on it.
Can you tell us some details? Give us some scoop.
So this is all about when you feel you've made it. So this is not about, this is going to help you to be successful. You are successful. You're around the elite. You're making money. Now what is wealth? And so it's the
Okay.
wealth within and understanding what true wealth really is when you're already at the mountaintop. And it's not that I am at the mountaintop, but
Yeah.
I've been around a lot of people who are at the mountaintop, and I see this trend of what they find or how they define success at that point.
Okay.
That's what this book is
what
about.
So tell us, give us what's the trend you see? Give us a little sneak. Don't
Yeah,
give it all
just a
away.
little
Just-
teaser.
Don't give it all away.
The true wealth is it's yourself. Am I being my authentic self in everything that I do? That's what I tend to find
Okay.
first.
Yes.
Am I loved by the people around me, and do I throw that love back to the people around me?
Okay.
And do I impact humanity in a positive way? And if you can do at least those 3 things, I'm not giving you the whole book.
I know,
There's
yes,
more.
yes, of course,
But
I get it, I
if
get
you
it.
could at least do those things,
Okay.
those tend to be the things that define wealth and define enjoying your wealth.
Yeah.
And certainly that is the case for me as well.
Okay. Because as an author 2 times myself,
Oh,
I
nice.
just find that you learn so many lessons about yourself, and writing is not easy.
No.
There's a stat out there. I'll share it with you. Like 81% of people have a book inside of them. 4% of that 81% start.
Oh my gosh.
4% of that 4% finish.
Jeez.
So congrats to you for being part of the 0.002 that finishes, because it's hard.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
props
those
to
are
you.
some disturbing facts. Oh my
Disturbing
goodness.
but true. But
Yeah,
yes, it is what
wow.
it is. Yes. Okay, how did professional speaking into your life? And then I want to talk to you about how you kind of grown that.
Absolutely. So by accident.
All right.
I'm building this tea company. We're starting to see some success. And I got a chance to, my wife and I, to serve His Royal Highness Prince Charles.
Yeah,
And so we were on
yeah.
the map. People were like, can you come and talk to us about your tea company at this luncheon?
Yeah.
Sure. That kept happening, schools, universities. And then one day, this amazing lady said on the phone, come and speak to our group. I'm like, yeah, for sure, when? And she's like, what's your fee? I'm like,
there we go. This is when it happens.
fee.
Yes, this is when it happens.
Didn't know, didn't
Mhm.
understand anything about public speaking. And I said, I'm going to put this out there. I said, so I was sweating and I'm like, hey, what's the hourly wage? And I'm like, okay, I'm like, $80?
Oh,
And I'm
well.
sweating thinking that's crazy. How could I say that? And she's like, what did you say? 80? I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, I'm on the other line. And she's like, 80? She said, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Good
Then
on
she
her.
schooled me on the whole
Okay,
speaking industry,
okay.
and that was the beginning.
Okay, so this is good. This is good because this happens to so many speakers.
Yeah.
As I'm a speaker also. What did she say in that conversation to school you? What do you remember?
So she told me, because she's known me, she's seen me present, and she said, there are speakers out there. And she gave me context.
Yes.
And she didn't dog them,
I get what you're saying. I
but
know where
she
you're
said
going. Yes.
that are not as impactful,
There you go.
and they are charging like $3,000, $5,000
Yes.
for an hour. I'm like, it
Yes.
blew my mind, because
Mhm.
that time I didn't know anything about the speaking industry.
Right.
Blew my mind. And then, so she's like, I'm just saying, so come again. And then I started, it was like $800. And then I just started to
Okay.
actually build,
All right,
my
yes.
stage presence, my storytelling, value, and then it just
I love
kind of
it. Yes.
went from there.
And what has been the key since then for you to continue to grow your speaking career?
Not being too happy about my performance that I can't learn how to get better.
Well said.
I've had, and I'll be straight up, I've had great reviews and testimonials that, dynamic speaker, impactful, and that's great, and I love it. I love those testimonials, that feedback. But then I'm like, okay, how do we take this to the next level?
Good.
What are the places that might have escaped me as far as value transfer to the audience?
Mhm.
And because I stay a student, after I come off the stage, that helps me to keep taking the level higher and higher. That's been my most. And my wife told me one time I did a speech for her that I was going to do, and she's like, yeah, that's a lot about you, but what about the attendees? And I'm like,
Smart wife.
yeah.
Yes.
So I'm always
Okay.
challenging myself to be more valuable to the attendees, and customization and tailoring has been my lethal weapon
All
over
right.
the last few years.
Then speaking of that, what do we have to look forward to today? What are you going to speak to us about today?
So I took the theme of WEC, which was Rally,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
turned it into an acronym, which
Okay.
is Reach Beyond Limits, Activate Bold
All right,
Ideas,
yes.
Lift Others. I'm dropping the other L right now. And
It's
then
okay.
Say, yeah.
It's okay. We'll see
And
it on
then,
screen.
yeah, you'll see it. I can't
Yeah.
give you everything. Right? And then say yes to opportunity. So
Oh.
it's really just to ignite collaboration, connection, and change
Okay.
throughout the event industry.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, how can one learn how to negotiate like a ninja?
Ooh, now we're talking. So with this presentation, a lot of people, they reach out to me and they're like, oh, love the title, negotiate like a ninja, how to achieve the best deal possible. But I quickly put in the summary, and when I do this presentation, I am not going to, through this presentation, walk you in, so, your body language and this and that, and hold your price firm, because I don't believe that makes for the best negotiations. I believe starting with the power of your personality is key.
Okay.
Coming to the table authentically as yourself, honestly and transparently, is one of your best negotiation tools. The times I have been myself in a negotiation, I've always walked away with the win. And the times where I look for the double win for them, I've walked away with even more.
Okay.
And repeat wins. So
Okay.
I go more into the psychology of us as humans and how we connect and try to find value for each other. That's the approach I take. But don't get it twisted. I still talk about walking away from the deal
Yes,
when it's not
okay,
the right
okay.
deal. So,
What is it about your personality that helps you win so many deals?
wow, that's a great question. You know what it is? I alluded to it a little earlier in my personal story, where I went through a nearly tragic incident where I nearly lost my life when I was 21 years old. That gave me a lot of context and a lot of perspective, and it grounded me as a human being. And what it did for me was it let me square up things like money,
Okay.
fame,
Okay.
just those things that can move a person. It's not that I'm not movable,
Right.
but I'm a lot more grounded, and I feel like the person on the other side of the table can feel that
Got it.
I don't think this guy's desperate or really moved by the number per se. Like, I'm looking for the win. I'm looking for the collaboration. Do we have a connection? I'm more into those kind of things because I know at the end of the day, and I mean the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Okay.
So
Now,
yeah.
are you comfortable sharing what you went through when you were young?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, please, because we're curious. Because
Yeah.
we need to know
Yeah.
before the show.
Yeah, for sure. And this won't be a part of the presentation.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So I was in the music industry before ever starting my business, and that's what I was doing for 10, 11 years. I started off as a rap hip hop artist.
Okay, okay.
Then I became a Canadian songwriter,
Okay.
rock artist, and I was just in the music industry. I was not the most positive rapper. I was more, think of Eminem style type of rapper.
Okay.
The diss tracks,
Yes,
the freestyling, things like that. So I made some enemies out of high school. And long story short, when I was 21 years old, on account of some of the lyrics in one of my songs, taking a casual walk to the convenience store right across the street from my house, approached by some guys, became an altercation with this one guy, you know, regular fist fight, and it was a regular fist fight until he pulled out a knife.
Gun. Oh, knife.
And then,
okay.
yeah, it was a knife. So 5 stab wounds, 1 in the neck, 1 here, 1 here. And this one on my neck was 1 inch away. Doctor said if you sneeze hard enough, would have been fatal. So
Wow.
that was a 360 for me.
Okay, and that was the end of your rap career.
That was the end of that kind of rap career, yeah.
Okay, yes,
I made a
yes.
lot of life changes after that. I didn't stop immediately, but I
Okay.
definitely stopped that.
Okay.
Because there was this whole scenario of retaliation brewing up amongst my friends and all that, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And I put a stop to that.
Okay.
Just, that was not what I wanted. When I was in the hospital, I saw life and how
Okay.
this cycle works.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, there's another way to retaliate in a positive way. And so my rap became positive, and then my
Okay.
message became
Alright.
positive. And really, it turned into books, it turned into keynotes, and it turned into my tea business. So
Nice.
yeah,
Okay.
that's how that went down.
If we I want to see how I want to phrase this, because I always ask if we could go back and talk to Daniel when he was 21, based on everything you've learned so far in life now, what advice would you give yourself? So maybe we'll go back to like 6 months before this happened.
Wow.
And you could see yourself 6 months before this altercation. What advice would you give your younger self?
Oh, you made me think here. I like
That's
that.
my
I
job.
like that.
Yes, yes,
Great
that's my
question.
job.
You know, I was not a valuable contributor to society or to humanity. And the advice I would give myself is, Dan, I get it. You're cool. You like girls, and you want to rap, and you want to do all these cool things. But you are not giving anything. You are just an extractor. You are trying to get from the world what you can, money and all these things. Become a giver.
Okay.
Become valuable. I would try to shake that, Daniel,
Yeah.
because if I had taken an approach of giving and not just extracting from life, I don't think I would have so many enemies. And I feel like I just would have been in a more positive light than I was when the incident happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Love it. Tell the people how they can find you online. Where do you live? All the places.
Absolutely. So I'm from just outside of Toronto, Canada. Shout out to all my Canadians. And you could find me on my speaking website at iamdaniel.ca to check out, content. I got a YouTube channel you could find through there. If you're a tea drinker, shout out to my tea drinkers.
There we go.
Then
Yes,
you could
yes.
check out tbydaniel.ca. And that's just the letter T, B-Y, Daniel.ca. On Instagram, iamdaniel.ca. And from there, you'll find all the other accounts, because I'm just all over the place.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's where you can find me.
All right. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I
As
love
with
your
you.
energy. We can't wait to see what you bring to us for our closing general session.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing, and thank you for being with us.
Oh, thank you so much for an amazing interview.
Awesome. All right. We'll be right back with Mario Bass and Michelle Moon from San Antonio. See you all briefly.